Hi Virgo, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is your collective August reading. Now, as this is a collective reading, not everything will resonate, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find any messages in this for yourself, then please check your other placements where you are likely to find a message in there. So, Spirit, can we get some cards for what's going on for Virgo in August? What's going on in August for Virgo, please, Spirit? Oh, lovely. Okay. So your overall energy, we've got a King of Spring here. So a financial windfall, your leadership skills are needed now, and an expected supporter of your cause. So it feels to me very much like you were taking the lead. You are very skilled. You potentially have got a lot of passion in whatever it is that you're doing throughout the month of August. You are very confident as well. And yeah, you're very, how do I put it, very driven. You're going for whatever it is that you want in August. Now, at the start of the month, I've got the Queen of Autumn, so very much yourself. Be practical with respect to how you proceed, the ability to make anything more beautiful, meeting someone who can help your dreams come true. Now, this could very well be somebody that you're meeting, it could be yourself. If it's you, then obviously you're embodying that Queen of Autumn energy. Kings and queens can be interchangeable. Gender is fluid within tarot. They are just personality traits and energies, so feel free to swap them around. But yeah, very much looking after your home, possibly doing a bit of DIY, I feel, there with that Queen of Autumn, very much getting your house in order, possibly spending a little bit of money on home improvements as well. And now it could just be that you are feeling fabulous and being very stable. That Queen of Autumn has a lot of things going on. She's very generous too, so maybe you're just in some generous energy. Now, it could be somebody giving you some time and some energy. Interestingly, I've got an Eight of Cups here. So it does look as though you might be going towards, it's like you're finding something new, going on a mission of self-discovery, potentially. Maybe that's why you've got that Queen of Autumn. You're potentially discovering some new things about yourself and starting to look after yourself, maybe. It does come after a period of disappointment, possibly some abandonment there. I do have a kind of swords in the reverse, so escaping or walking away from things that have betrayed you. Maybe you've been doing some self-sabotage here as well. And you're actually walking away from that and going into that Queen of Autumn energy. It could very well be maybe you were overspending, maybe you hadn't done enough in your home, maybe you were letting things fall to ruin, might not have been looking after yourself very much. And you could have had a very much a mindset of what's the point, or having that negative kind of energy of not really loving yourself. But that Queen of Autumn really loves herself, and it feels to me like you're going to be embodying that through this journey of self-discovery with that Eight of Cups. I do have a Nine of Swords here as well. So you may have been having a lot of stress and anxiety, but you're coming out of that, you're recovering it, you're facing whatever fears you've got. Um, and you're very much accepting any kind of help that may be on offer here as well, so that you can move forward and gain what you need to. Now, with it being a card of, accepting some help, it could be very much that you've got a Queen of Autumn in your energy, so maybe Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, who's actually going to help you go through this journey of self-discovery, and move away, realize what betrayal is, whether it's self-betrayal or betrayal of somebody else, somebody that's going to help you realize those things. Now, that could potentially be somebody that you see, maybe a professional of some sort, a counselor, maybe. But Queen of Autumn it's usually to do with finances with the Queen of Autumn, but then she is an Earth card. So, whatever you consider as being stability and emotional stability to Earth signs is usually, you know, stability. So it does feel very much like somebody's going to be there to help you move forward, to help you regain yourself, to go on that self-discovery. Now, in your obstacles, we've got the lovers. So true love that is long lasting, choices made from the heart, a return to good health. So it could be that you're doing something to look after yourself. There could be a bit of a choice here that's a bit hard to make. Whether that is a choice between people, whether that is a choice that you're making about yourself, I'm not sure, but it does suggest that the lovers itself could be a bit of an obstacle. So a choice could be an obstacle itself. Let's get some clarity. So interestingly, I've got somebody coming along to express their feelings with you. They're being very affectionate, very courteous, compassionate, very much giving their feelings out. Now, we do have a Temperance that came in the reverse, which does suggest that there could be a bit of imbalance here. Possibly somebody could be doing a bit of self-indulgence, so there might be some addictions going on too. Um, it's very much like a card of two extremes. So maybe you've got somebody, they might be coming towards you, being all loving and caring, you know, how do I put it? It's what is it? What's it they call it? Love bombing, you know, go from one extreme to the next. Maybe you've had them kind of ignore you for a while, and all of a sudden they're rushing in with that love offer. They want to work on something, they very much want to have that teamwork. They want to do it together. They want to build something. So I feel like it could be that you have a choice to make here. Do you want to work on it? Do you walk away? Do you accept whatever this emotional offering is? Um, it is a big choice for you. I feel like here you're concentrating on yourself, and then somebody comes in, throws a spanner in your works, because all of a sudden then you've got the whole thing of, do you continue concentrating on yourself, or do you have to then drop it and concentrate on someone else? Because let's face it, when you get into a relationship, or if this is somebody coming towards you with an apology, you've then got to consider them potentially, especially if it's something that you've got to work on, and put some time and energy into as a team. It could be something where you're trying to look after yourself, put yourself first, and then this comes in and it's like, do you have time to put the effort into yourself as well? Now, the outcome, I've got the Eight of Summer. So that is the Eight of Cups. As a desire for a more meaningful life, realizing that it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. Now, this could be you continuing on your self-discovery that you had at the beginning of the month. It could also be, if this is a choice of, whether you get into a relationship, whether you move forward with this person, it could even be you learning how to do it and looking after yourself at the same time. Because sometimes you find that certain relationships you might end up losing yourself, like codependent ones where you end up losing yourself to please the other person. But then you have got those interdependent relationships where you continue to do your own thing, and coming together of the both of you just makes things better, but you're both independent within your own relationship. It's like that power couple kind of energy. So it could very well be that you are going forward, learning how to do that. Let's get clarity of this Eight of Summer, please, Spirit. So I've got an Ace of Swords here. So you're going to be learning some truths, definitely having success in whatever this is. It's like a breakthrough moment for you where you're getting clarity that you hadn't had for a while. I've got a Seven of Wands here where you were very much standing up for yourself. Now, that doesn't mean ignored this person or turned them down or whatever it is. It could just be that you've got boundaries that you've set and that you're not giving in on those boundaries because you feel like they are, non-negotiables. So it could just be that you are very much being very assertive and making sure that you don't let your boundaries slip. And then we do have this Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Um, it does suggest that there could be, you could be putting too much into something, a little bit on the overworking side. You could just be putting too much in. Now, it could also be that you are being a bit of a perfectionist. Let's face it, Virgos, we know that you are. I know that I am. I'm a Virgo, so I'm happy to admit we are perfectionists. So it could very well be that you're perfectionist at what you want from something. It could just be that you're recognizing that that could be a bit of an issue and you're trying to learn how to move a lot on with that. Now, it's not always an issue, but that realization that people do things differently and not always the way that you want them to be done, can be a big eye opener. You can't control other people at the end of the day. So yes, you can tell them how you would like it done and you can guide them as much as you like, but you can't force them to do it. I mean, well, you can, but I wouldn't advise trying to force somebody to do something. It won't end well, you know? But yeah, it just feels like you might be trying to move forward, trying to focus on things, but you could overdo it. So very much it's not just all you that has to put in work. If you're giving somebody pants on something, they need to be putting in the work too, especially if you're keeping those boundaries up, they need to be meeting you and accepting your boundaries, Working on a relationship is not a one person job. It is overworking, it is overwhelming, um, and you'll get bored of it, you know? Now, if it's something where you've decided that you're going to go off on a journey of self discovery, just be careful that you're not putting too much time into this journey of self discovery. You need to make sure that you're having your fun as well. It does suggest that there is going to be moving forward. You're definitely going to be looking after yourself. I see that very much here. Um, but yeah, making sure that you don't lose scope of why you're doing it. Now, we have Wisdom of the Solar Plexus as an oracle card. So, very much leaning into your solar plex energy, which is all about your confidence, self love, very much about relationships and how you connect to people as well. I mean, not love relationships, obviously, they're your sacral chakra, but other relationships you have, how you communicate. I suppose no, that's your throat chakra. I think there's a lot of them that overlap. It's all about your confidence. I know that one. How you see yourself, how you let other people treat you. That's what I mean by relationships. Right, can we get some of these luminous pathways, please, Spirit? Okay, so we've got the shooting star, wishes, hope, and fleeting opportunities. We've got the stone circle, sacred space, ancient wisdom, and grounding. And we have got the autumn equinox, harvest, gratitude, and balance. So, very much here, making sure that you've got hope. You've got opportunities around you, but some of them might only be short. So, just keep an eye out for those. Make sure that you are, putting your wants out into the universe. Make sure that you're grounded and then have that gratitude attitude. And obviously, we've got balance there as well. So making sure that you are in balance. And at the end of the day, it is very much a card of reaping. And it looks here like it is time to reap the rewards on yourself and on your self love. So, very much looking after yourself and putting yourself first here. So your spirit animal oracle, we have the raccoon inventor. Decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. So very much putting out into the universe your intentions letting the universe know what it is that you want so that you can manifest it and bring it in. Right, I hope you enjoyed your reading today, Virgo. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. And if you want to hear more from me and you haven't subscribed already, don't forget to press that subscription button. And if you press that notification bell, it will let you know when I do post new content. Thank you very much to all of you that have subscribed already. It's greatly appreciated. It helps the channel grow and it helps to pass those messages on. So thank you for all of your support. Thank you for joining me and good luck.